Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Janelle, and we are going to be doing our May monthly budget setup, plus giving you guys an idea of how I have my budget book set up, because I promised that I would show you guys that. This is probably just going to stay this color. Blue is my favorite color, and I don't think that I need to do anything in here. The only thing that I really spent money on were these dividers. So I actually got these dividers at Walmart, and they count all the way down to 12. And if you wanted to be super fancy, which I don't care to be super fancy, you could write stuff on here and then add them into each tab. But I don't need to do that because they have the numbers and they correlate with the months. So the 7th month is July. So if I need to get to July, I can just go over there and get to July. So those are just my dividers. And since we're in the month of April, I would go to the 5th tab and it would open up to all of these. So all of the forms that are in here, I just made them myself on Word and then printed them out. This calendar here may not always be the calendar that I use, but just for May, I'm gonna have that here. And then I also have this one as well. I have many more in the back of here, but I'm thinking of whether I want to use this as my monthly calendar or if I want to use this to put my meal planning dinners on here, because if you are new to my channel, I also meal plan out all of my dinners for the entire month, and that's how I'm able to budget on what I need to buy every time that I get paid. So we have that. And then our next page is our monthly budget page, which you will be able to see in a little bit, because we're going to, of course, be doing our monthly budget. And then after that, I just have 2 pages in here because I get paid semi-monthly, so I will always only get 2 paychecks per month. And so I have my first page, and then I have my second page, and it just has the pay date, the income section, and then the category section. And then one of my favorites, my weekly reviews. Now I know it only has 4 weeks on here. For those 2 months that have 5 weeks, I'll just fill everything in down here at the bottom, but I just like to keep it at 4 because that's normally what we end up having, is just 4 weeks. So here I'll be able to put my budget, what I spent, and what I have remaining. And these are only usually, or not only usually, but this is for my cash envelopes, which I am going to be using my new cash envelope starting this month. And I'll also have these check registers, so that will also help me in doing my weekly reviews. And then after that, I have my page for my sinking funds. I haven't quite started doing my sinking funds just yet. I want to say maybe in June I will start sinking funds, maybe a little bit in May, but we'll see all of that. But this is my page. If I was to do sinking funds, I would just write the categories in here, the beginning balances, how much I took out or put in, and then what the ending balance is. And there's usually only 1 page per month in that, 1 page per month for my sinking funds. And then something I'm getting very accustomed to is my transaction log. Right now I only have 1, but I have all of my extra copies in the back to fill up for each month back here. So I just put 1 in here, and if I use more than a page, then I can just get an extra one, and I'll just do the date, the category, the amount, and the balance. And I will always put the ledger up here so you guys kind of know what color means what. And then the last page is my debt tracker. So at the end of the month, I will always go over this with you guys. And this needs to be filled in for April, so that at the end of May, we're filling in for May and seeing what happened for the last 2 months. But this would be my debt tracker, and this is the last thing to close out the month. And then that is it, you guys. Whew. let's not mess it up. So that is what my my budget book looks like. And like I said, I just made a whole bunch of copies of all the different sheets and stuff like that. And I just have them back here. And then I also just have some color paper back here. I like to just have a couple of extra sheets where I can just write down all of my numbers and make sure that we're good for the month. And I was also thinking about maybe using these sheets to maybe write down like my goals or anything that I want to accomplish for that month. We're just not sure yet. Right now, I just want to worry about my numbers. So let's get back to, we're going to have, well, let's take out my monthly budget sheet. And let's take out this calendar sheet. Oops. Okay. So we're going to do the calendar sheet first, and then we'll write everything out on my monthly budget page. So for May, I'm just going to write everything in purple for today. So our first bill that we have for the month of May would be on the 3rd. And I'm just making some boxes here so that I'm able to check it off that I paid it on later on, which would be my city card. And then on the 4th would be my Discover card. Oops. And the good thing about that is that even though the bill is due on the 4th, they don't actually close out my statement until the 9th or 10th. So when I get paid on the 8th, I'm still able to make that full payment, and it can show that the balance is at 0 at the time that it closes. Now that doesn't work for all of my cards, but for Discover and what's this card that's over here? Capital One, I am able to do that. Okay, so then we're gonna go through here, and I think my light bill this month is on the 9th. So we're just gonna put Entergy over here. Oh, and on the 8th is Netflix. And they be robbing me, you guys. They charging so much for their stuff now. It's like $14-15 or whatever, and I have Hulu, and they do not charge me that much money. It's ridiculous, but we're gonna keep it nonetheless. And then on the 17th will be my regular Capital One, and I'm just gonna put Platinum there. And then on the 21st will be my Wells Fargo card. And then on the 24th, and these dates change a little bit, but they're usually around the same time, would be Sudden Link, which is my internet company. And then there's a whole bunch of these. On the 25th, we have Great Lakes, which is my student loan. It's a very small one, so I'm not making a big deal about it. And then on the 28th, we have my Capital One Auto. We have Geico. Also on the 26th is AT&T. And those are all my bills, you guys. And then let me just include my paydays on here. Okay, so that is all that I have on here. For my notes down here at the bottom, I'm gonna put my biggest goal is just pay off Discover. That's like my biggest goal right now, is I just want to pay that off. So this is just what it looks like at a glance right now, you guys. And as we go through the months, if I need to make it a little bit prettier, I'll do so. But this is just all of my bills. So let's get down to the monthly budget, and we're gonna continue to write in purple. So my estimated income for the month, I'm planning it to be 2417. And then let's just get down to all of the bills. So we have up here, we have Entergy, which we are budgeting $80. And then we have Netflix, which we are budgeting at 14. Just want to make sure you guys are able to see it. And then Capital One Auto at $498.89, and then my AT&T at $221, and then my Suddenlink at $94, and then my Geico at $157, and then my Great Lakes is at 45. And then we need to budget for groceries, which I'm looking to budget 150, and gas at 170. And then we have personal, which is at 35, and household at 20. And then we'll be doing one of our sinking funds, which would be car maintenance. I need to put some money towards that, and we're doing 80. And then for debt, I am budgeting 700, and that total comes out to 2264. So there's going to be some money left over, and once I see that money at the end of the month, I'll be able to decipher if I need to put it into savings, put more to it for debt, or what I need to do with it. But I like to have just a little buffer in case anything happens. But this is just my monthly budget, you guys. You guys got to see my monthly calendar, and then just my monthly budget on a spreadsheet. If you like these videos, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.